Purnamaste. Purnamaste. Everybody welcome. Everybody love now. Welcome to the art of the word that I am from the heart for you, to help you to go through the process of releasing, process of embodying, to go through your spiritual process of ascension. Word that I am may guide you, but you have to guide yourself. The answer is within you. I'm just enjoying the warm days because I know they are counted. It's funny, you know. Now a few days I see this, and actually I'm observing this many times, but now a few days are in a row. In the morning when I do yoga, before breakfast and like this, everything cloudy. I was inside, everything cloudy. Then I go meditate here, and always some sun comes and I can sun gaze and I feel beautiful. I love you. You will not speak about sun, but you will speak about guilt, about blaming others, about blaming yourself. Guilt is an original sin. If you blame others, you blame yourself. I give you my word. Those who blame others, point fingers at others, and want them to be guilty for something, they hold themselves guilty and they blame themselves most. I have seen this. I have seen this in a brother who was blaming all kind of people in this world. I will not go into details. But when I shook him and showed him, don't blame, don't judge, don't point fingers, then he started blaming himself, how he's an awful man, how he's an evil man, how he's bad, how he's fallen. So I tell you, those who blame others, they blame themselves most. They point fingers and they act like others are guilty, but they are feeling guilty most about themselves. That's why we have to stop blaming others. We have to stop blaming others. We have to stop blaming ourselves. No one is guilty. No one is responsible. Guilt is an original sin. Everyone is experiencing the game of life on the best level that they can, learning the best that they can learn through what they are going through, what they are doing. They are doing the best, being the best, just to learn the best soul lesson that they need. I give you my word. There's no guilt. There's no one to blame. Not him, not me, and not yourself. Killers in this world. Those in cabal, bad people who do evil. There's no bad people, there's no good people. No one's guilty, there's only karma. I give you my word. My father beaten my mother when I was in the womb, that after I got born, just 2 years, she had to run away. She was long in that suffering. She never blamed him. She never held him accountable. She forgiven, but she left. She fled. I don't blame my father. I have forgiven my father when it happened as a child. I give you my word that I am. I have forgiven. He's not responsible. Because his father was beating him. His father was abusing him. And God knows what. His father was a drunkard, and mother also. So he became a drunkard. And because his father was abusive to children and to him and to his mother, he was abusive to my mother and to me. But he couldn't be much abusive to me because my grandfather, who was secret agent in World War II, he was working against Germans, but infiltrated into German camp. He was a secret agent. And he was so crippled, and he threw my father out of the window, so he never came back. Old man, you waited too long. You should throw him before I was born. No guilt. I'm not blaming my father. I know why he was hurt so much and abused so much and traumatized so much. He was not healed. Then he was drinking and he became just like his father, and he was beating others. So, beating my mother and like this. There's no bad people. Everyone who's doing the worst things and evil in this world, abusing, attacking, physically, all the violations, they just been violated and hurt by somebody else. No one is evil because they choose so, really, consciously. They are evil because so much evil was done upon them. I like Joker movie. Joker movie is a great movie. I just watch a prolonged trailer and I know what's going on there. It's a movie about this Joker character who had mental issues, so much hate and negative thoughts within him. And he was seeking help. He was seeking help with the system, with the doctors, with friends, with everybody. But they just mocked him. They just pointed a finger at him. They blamed him. They accused him. He couldn't find no healing and no help from anyone. So he became the greatest villain of the DC universe. Out of pain, out of suffering. His laughter, his pain, his suffering for him. He didn't find no help, no light. He became just like society made him. He wanted to be a happy clone, but society was pointing finger. You are an evil man. You're a bad man. You did this to yourself. We will not help you. So yes, the most terrible things that people do in this world are the product of the most terrible things that happen to them. That's why we have to forgive. That's why we cannot blame anyone. Because something very much terrible to them happened, that they came to be that kind of evil that they are manifesting now. They are not evil. This is the disease, third dimensional illusion, separation, that cover them. Like in a Joker movie, you can see the Joker character is just crying for help with all his crime. He wants attention, he wants healing, he wants help, he doesn't get it, then he starts killing people. Oh, Jesus Christ. Once, I don't know, it was like 7-8 years ago, when I took a psychedelic shamanic trip with LSD, I was in a vision, and I saw Adolf Hitler. I saw Adolf Hitler killing people and all this. But then, you know what I saw in a vision? His father and mother and secret society raping him, brutalizing him, filling up him with fear, with hate. He was so much sexually, sexually abused, child abused, beaten up. He was part of dark rituals and like this. So I was like, I started on my LSD trip that time, I started crying for Hitler. Oh, poor soul, what they did to you. No wonder that you did this to people. Yeah. Not crying now, but I feel inside. And all this Illuminati, cabal, family members, their children, they're not evil, just like Hitler. From birth they have to go through that dark rituals. They are sexually abused. Nobody loves them in their family. They are trained in this way. They need healing. They need forgiveness. They need compassion. Come on. Don't blame. Don't hate. Let us heal the world with compassion, with love, with universal understanding. Come on. They are not guilty. Underneath all the separation and darkness that cover them, they are not the devil. They are pure soul, pure child of God, pure source embodiment, just like me and you are. And that's why Jesus Christ said, I love my enemies. Don't judge. Love your enemies. And I'm telling you why love your enemies. Because they have been brutally terrorized and abused in such tremendous extent that they but that evil covered them. Only compassion, only love, and only universal understanding can heal them. And my brother, you are blaming always somebody, and I know you're listening now. I feel you will listen. You went through shit and now you're blaming. Those who you blame are programmed and trained, indoctrinated in that bullshit. And they were traumatized and abused, and now they traumatize and abuse because the same shit was happening to them. So don't blame. Don't blame others and don't blame yourself. Come on. Guilt is original sin. I know that I'm innocent. I know that I don't feel guilty about anything. People are blaming me. People are accusing me. I don't give a fuck. I know that in the eyes of love, at the source that I am innocent. And just like God, like source, unconditionally loves and understands that everything is experienced and everyone is experiencing the best that they can, and that they are traumatized from past. So I also know, and I unconditionally love, and I blame no one. No one is guilty in my eyes. No one is guilty in my eyes. That's why I don't blame anyone. And that's why I don't blame myself. And there's no guilt in me. Because if there is guilt, if you blame others, that is great. You feel guilty yourself. I see my brother blaming Catholic Church, blaming everybody, blaming this, blaming even Source. But when we talked about it, I found out he's blaming most himself. So you have to forgive. You have to have compassion. You have to understand that just like you and your state of consciousness now is product that you are healing and releasing now. The state of consciousness, third dimensional, is product of the traumas and abuse that happened to you through lifetime and mind programming. Also this so-called bad people who run cabal, who run churches and like this, who enslave people. They have been programmed, abused, traumatized, so they have become just like that. So really, don't blame anyone. Don't blame anyone. When you don't blame anyone anymore, and you don't point fingers that they are guilty, there's actually no blame anymore in you, and you don't blame yourself, beloved angel. People who point fingers, they blame themselves, they feel most guilty. Don't blame others, but don't blame yourself. Don't blame yourself. Guilt is an original sin. Don't blame others, don't blame yourself. Why is guilt an original sin? Because in this matrix, in this third dimensional game, the higher beings have embodied and came to this world to experience separation from myself that I am in darkness and all the violation, for the sake of healing that darkness, and again remembering and embodying the source that I am. We all are source energy. There's no one to blame. Everyone is the best that they can. You are the best that you can be, learning the best that you can learn. And whatever the shit that happened, the worst thing that you did that others blame you and make you accountable and guilty for, yes, take responsibility, yes. Learn out of it. Become better. But don't blame yourself. Don't make yourself guilty. But say, what can I learn about this? Because the reality is that when you did it, whatever you're doing, you are on the best level of consciousness that you can be. There is only now. There's no tomorrow. You can be better only tomorrow. Today you are the best that you can be. Learning. You were learning just the best that you can learn. Experiencing the best. Even if you did something that you went to prison, you did something that hurted somebody so badly and traumatized. Hey, don't blame yourself. Ask for forgiveness. Show that what you did was not respectful to them and you don't want this to happen to you. But then do know that you are the best that you can be, learning just the best that you can learn, to get the best soul lesson and soul experience that you need to rise higher for your best. So just know, learn out of it. Oh, this happened to me. I was acting like this. And now people don't like me. People blame me. And I know I did wrong. I know I don't want anyone to do this to me. Forgive yourself. I forgive myself, say. I will not blame myself. I will not be guilty. But I will learn out of this, because it was the best lesson for me to learn. The best that what I will learn. That I will never repeat this act of violation and disrespect, or God forbids abuse of someone. And I have learned just the best lesson, aftermath and reaction that happened, that people left and they blame me. I'll not blame myself. I'll rise, you say. I learn out of this that I am never to act like this again. And you were experiencing this darkness, and you were doing this separated deeds of violation, so that you learn this. And when you learn this, then you learn the best. And that's why you said, I learned the best. It was the best lesson. Because through what I learned, I realized that if I act like this, I will destroy my life and my lives of others, and I will turn my life into hell. And if there was not this experience, what happened to me after that I acted in this way, there was not this terrible experience, I would never learn. And now I learned that I'm never to act like this, and I'm free of this. So you know that whatever it happens, even somebody who might kill someone, if they will get it, that what they're doing is causing hell on earth and their own hell, they will stop. You know, they will stop, and they will never do it again. And they will dedicate their life to prevent violence. They will use their story, they were killers before, to spread love and say, I was a killer, but I'm a saint now. So regardless what you did, look at me, such person would say, I did the worst heinous crime, but I'm shining now, free, one with God. Learn the best out of it. Don't blame yourself. Don't blame yourself, please. Learn the best out of it. Whatever you are doing, which is in separation and violation, and people blame you for it, and you blaming yourself, your soul is just teaching you what kind of reality and experiences and dimensional experience such kind of behavior towards others and relationship towards others, attitude towards others is bringing to you. And you are only learning that you don't want that in your life. You are learning about what it does to you and to others. And then you are learning that if you continue doing it, you will make your life hell. So you learn out of it and you decide, no. Because of that hammer that I got now I understand. If I will continue doing like this, I will sink into the lowest level of existence. So I rise out of it. I forgive myself. I don't blame myself, you say. But I learned out of it. I will never do it again. And I learned the best thing out of it. I learned that what I was doing was creating hell for me. And now I can stop. So whatever happened, whatever you did, whatever happened after, was just the best. For you to learn the best. So there's no guilt. There's nothing for you to feel guilty and to blame yourself for. You are the best that you can be every moment. In the eyes of Source, you're just experiencing the best, learning the best, for the best lesson that your soul wants to master through best experiences. And there's no Source loves unconditionally. Serial killer, the one who is in cabal, hurting others, and a saint who is shining in pure light, free of karma, only spreading love. In the eyes of Source, everyone is unconditionally loved and just experiencing the experience of the one on certain level of vibration, in certain level of dimension, providing the experience of union or separation, multidimensional experience to the source that I am experiencing through everyone and everything. There's no one to blame. No one is guilty. There's only much to learn out of it, master it. It's just an experience. And even if you go down to the terrible path, I don't want this for you. I'm here teaching the highest dimensional consciousness, forgiveness, compassion. And even if you go down there, Source will not judge you. You are unconditionally loved. Only people will judge you. You are respected for the experience in that dimension. I have no blame. Forgiveness. Forgiveness is so important. Forgiveness. Until you forgive, you're suffering. You're suffering. You cannot start healing. You are holding that fire within. It's like holding that hot chalk in your hand and expecting the other one to burn, but you are burning. When you forgive others, then you can get free of that fire, and then you realize that you didn't forgive yourself. And when you forgive others, you can only forgive yourself. When you know that others are not guilty, then you know you're not guilty also. That's why if you cannot forgive others, you blame them, point fingers. Deep inside you're blaming yourself most. Because whatever you're blaming them for is something from your past lives that you did. And again, you just see yourself, what you went through and what you don't want to do again, ever again. You see yourself. I sometimes see people hating on historical figures and like this. And I see them and their higher selves, and I see your soul experience it. Your soul is connected to this past life. This is you. You blaming yourself for what you did because you don't want to do it again. We always blame ourselves. That's why when we forgive everyone, have nothing to forgive, and no one is guilty, and we are like Source, we know everybody is experiencing just the best, then we also do not blame ourselves, do not feel guilty, and we have nothing to forgive to ourselves. As long as we cannot forgive, deep underneath, we cannot forgive ourselves. We are blaming ourselves. And that's why blaming others, blaming ourselves. Guilt is an original sin. I repeat, from the source that I am, everyone is unconditionally loved, and their choices respected and honored, as the multidimensional choices of one, through all the dimensions, through separation, through highest union, through darkness, through light, just experiencing the creation in all dimensions, in separation and union, providing the experience to the one. That's all what it is, experience. There's no one to blame. There's nothing to be guilty for. But forgive yourself, forgive others, set yourself free, and fly highest. Only when you forgive others, you forgive yourself, then you're free of weight. The stone drops from your heart and you fly free to your heaven and earth. So thank you, beloved family. Thank you and welcome to the art of the word that I am. Let us forgive everyone so we can forgive ourselves. I have nothing to forgive to no one. That's why I'm not guilty of. You can accuse me, do whatever the fuck you want. I'm not guilty. I'm innocent. I know that I am. So thank you. Stay love, forgive yourself, forgive others, don't blame anyone. And see you tomorrow. I love you. Hopefully. Every day. Ha! And if anybody you want to support the art of the word that I am, if you feel in your heart that you would like to support my work so my work can go on, so I can bring you more videos, more deep diving like this video about compassion, forgiveness and guilt, so I can Do the joy of my heart. I love you so much. Not every single donation is too small, and God knows not single donation is too big. I love you. I love you in my heart. I appreciate you so much. And I'm so grateful because Source through you shows me that I'm here to do what I'm doing now, giving you the word. And if there's any blessing in my heart, it goes to you. In giving, we receive the empowerment. And I do also white light source healing beyond time and space, no appointment, nothing. Quantum healing beyond time and space, nothing needed. 1 day or 2 days after everyone offers me any donation, I connect with your energy, I balance your energies, I purify your energies out of your body, I ground you, I fill you up with white light, you're ready to go. But if you do not implement any changes, if you are acting in attachments, blaming yourself and others, depending on others, hating and attached and all these negative emotions, the healing can last 3 hours and then you feel like shit again. Because I cannot heal you, I'm just instrument. You heal yourself by your faith and the changes that you do. Stop acting in ways that are causing you to suffer. And I cannot teach you anything, I only give you the word. If you implement the teachings in your life, start living it, changing, you can also reach enlightenment. You can reach your greatest divine version on earth. But you save yourself, you heal yourself. I only give you my word, and my word is for every donation I do healing. But if you have faith and you work on yourself, add healing and work miracles because you heal yourself. Forgive everyone, forgive yourself, set yourself free, and let us love now as one. No one is guilty, everyone is innocent child of love, just covered in the darkness that they are not. So forgive everyone, forgive yourself, and let us fly to heaven.